Well, hello everyone, my name is Prime and welcome back to this episode of ETS2 Showcases. It has been way too long since I've said that in an intro, but nonetheless, we are back here in ETS2 and I am happy to be here, of course, and we've got a brand new community event that just dropped a day or so ago, and I may or may not have forgot to do a Prime News on it. That is completely my bad, but I'm going to make it up to you guys right now. So first off, what is the Destination Hannover event? Well, it is a community event that is lasting till roughly the end of September, the 25th, at least as of right now to be exact. And so in this community event, you must take 7 deliveries to the Hannover Expo or ITS company / building in Hannover, Germany to help set up the IAA transportation show. So in general, any cargo will go towards this event, but at least one of those 7 deliveries must be a Krone trailer of any type from the Krone factory. And keep in mind that your delivery must be 200 kilometers or more in length for it to count. And now that that's out of the way, we are here in World, as I just mentioned in that little debrief there, and we're heading over to Hannover, and I am taking this Profiliner building trailer that is just empty, but it's just the trailer obviously to go on display at the transportation show. And we're here in the Renault T Evolution. So why don't we go ahead and get this Renault T started up and get going. Hopefully everyone is doing well. I am doing actually very well. I am very happy to be back here in the ETS2. It has been way too long, my friends, since I've been over here. There's no excuses I can make, and I'm not going to try to make any excuses on why I haven't been over here in ETS2. I just haven't, for whatever reason it is. Honestly, I don't even know, so I don't expect you guys to try and guess either, because I don't even have an answer for you. I just haven't been, for whatever reason. I mean, there have been a lot of stuff happening over in ATS, and that's probably one of the reasons why ETS2 just kind of got put on the back burner there. To the point that, yeah, I even managed to forget the blog post on the Destination Hannover event. I saw it, and then I thought, well, why don't I just make a video on it? And I never ended up making the Prime News on it. I got it already in the save for the Prime News. I have a kind of a template thing that I build off of each time. And I had the Destination Hannover Prime News video all done other than the audio. And no audio ever turned up. I just completely forgot, and there's no getting around that. But luckily, I'm doing this showcase now, and I did put out a community post saying that, you know, this video was in production, so don't worry, I didn't completely forget about the event in general. But for some reason it broke on me. Oh, my foot was hitting the pedal. That is my bad. I was it kind of felt like this weird kind of almost went in the air thing, and it ended up just I just kind of unconsciously, self-consciously, what's the word? I just hit the brakes without even knowing. There we go. That's the best way to put it. My brain is having fun today. Whole whack of stuff happening here in ETS2. Well, at least now with the event. I guess I shouldn't say a whole whack. That was kind of, I guess, a little bit more sarcastic, but that sarcasm doesn't always flow through the videos to you guys as well. Well, face it, there's been a lot of stuff in ATS, and it kind of seems like ETS2 has been kind of, even from SES Software, I don't want to say kind of put on the back burner, but I think you can pretty much tell that the priority has been American Truck Simulator recently. We've had new trucks. We've had, of course, the Montana release, which was huge. 1.45, of course, did release here in ETS2 as well. But the features that came in was 1.45, for some reason got highlighted across the community a little bit more on the American Truck Simulator side than ETS2. And regrettably, I was kind of part of that problem too. I did a lot on the American Truck Simulator side, not so much on ETS2, and I mean, that's on me, but I'm not the only one either. For some reason, American Truck Simulator has been having a lot of attention, but for the right reasons, don't get me wrong. But it's great to have a community event over here in ETS2, just to bring attention back. And for me, it's actually very good, because it gives me a very, very good reason to make content back here on ETS2, and just get me back into the swing of doing it. I really want to get back to kind of the semi-schedule I had before, but you know what, it's the way it is. And I probably should get this out of the way right at the beginning here, and I'll probably say it for another episode or so. Oh, there's a car coming there. Man, they were flying. I must say, huge thank you to everyone for the 2K mark on the channel. 2,000 subscribers we crossed. We've now well surpassed it. That is an incredible achievement. And for those who are wondering, and I did kind of make a joking little bit in my community post on it, if you spread all the way to the bottom. For those who are for some reason concerned, please don't worry. I'm not going to do a kind of an announcement, thank you so much for every single 1,000 every per 1,000 subscribers I gain from here on. Only just the major milestones. Of course, I'll still thank you guys for all the support, all that, don't get me wrong. But right now, we're starting to hit that threshold where if I were to say every 1,000, like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, there'd be a lot of posts coming out at least fairly more quickly. So don't worry, I'm not going to be just flooding your subscription boxes and stuff with all these posts saying thank you for every. Well, I guess now it's crazy for me to say starting to become more little amount. It's not. Don't get me wrong, but it is kind of, I'm crossing this weird threshold where I'm trying to figure out my goals here again, because you guys keep surpassing everything that I have in mind, and I can't thank you guys enough for all your support. It truly means a lot to me, and it means that I want to be able to do more of the content here on the channel to satisfy in a way all of you guys. But it's incredible to see, sometimes there'll be a week between a major upload, and you guys will be, the channel will still grow, and community will still grow immensely. And so I can't thank you guys enough for the continued support, even through some of the more slow times, I guess I could call it, here on the channel. I do appreciate it. So on the ETS2 news that we have had recently, albeit not a ton, obviously we've had the community event, which I've gone over a bit more now. We also had some, I guess, concept art for the new MAN TGX that will be coming to ETS2 at some point. So that's cool to see another truck in the works for ETS2. I have a feeling it seems to be a ground up build on that truck. So that's going to be a really nice addition to the game, not just a bit of a remodel. It looks like it's completely fresh, so that's always nice. And as for the, I guess, the next DLC expansion, right now it's just the West Balkans DLC is what we know next, because the Heart of Russia DLC is it just has a giant question mark stamped right on top of it. It is something that none of the community, and maybe even SES Software, they may not even know the timeline for that anymore. And that was unfortunate, because the Heart of Russia DLC was at the time of the whole situation in the real world counterpart, we had only a couple weeks until release, and if not at least a couple weeks till possibly some early access content. From what the blog posts were like, and kind of just the general trend of SES Software games, we were really close, and it is unfortunate that it couldn't have been released just before, because I mean, it is a DLC, say what you want, but it's the way it is. I've talked about it way too much now, I think, and we're just gonna have to wait it out and see how it comes. But West Balkans DLC is now confirmed, and we have had just some little bits of news. I guess the last thing, if my memory serves me correctly, it would be the Guess Where We Are, which you guys helped out a lot on that on that Prime News video. Thank you guys so much for that. I have no idea of that area, and I love that you guys gave even some feedback on what's your favorite area and what things should I look out for. Some of you were just like me, kind of had no idea where stuff was. Some of you could pick things out. It's great to see just some interaction there on these videos, and I always appreciate the comments and all the interaction on the channel. It's always nice to see, and I love to be able to get your opinions on things and your ideas and your recommendations. It's mainly the recommendations that are absolutely amazing. You guys are truly incredible at also correcting me, which I am happy about, because I make a lot of mistakes in pronunciation and just general information at times, so I do appreciate all the help that I can get on that front, because I'm trying to learn some of the areas a bit more. Even though it's virtual, I am trying to learn a bit more, so I become more familiar, and I'm not constantly making so many mistakes on it. So I gotta take it from the experts, which are you guys, the absolute keyboard warriors out there, that are incredible at helping me out. So I do appreciate it a lot. So why don't we go ahead and try and cruise by this guy? We'll go about 10 over today, just kind of, I guess in Europe we do have a bit more speed camera stuff, so you would be a little bit more careful. I mean, it depends on where you are in Europe, if you have speed cameras in your area or not. Here in Canada, it's hit and miss. Often now, at least, I mean, they're all posted whenever there are traffic cameras. They have to be notified, and I'm pretty sure in most places in Europe they have to as well. But in general, they're mainly in specific urban areas, not really across highways and stuff. Mainly for just controlling speed in school zones and high-density residential areas, stuff like that. But they're not overly common. Some places have them, some places don't. So for me, it's a little. I'm not generally used to. I'm not generally used to having to deal with speed cameras. Just constantly looking out for cops. But no, in all seriousness, just not really used to having a robot sometimes look out for my speed. Besides, well, I guess radar guns and stuff. But we won't get into that debate on that one versus visual speed versus radar speed. That's a whole on debate as well. So I think we're getting closer. It's not a crazy long delivery. I think it was 205 kilometers. So they've just got the distance correct between the World. I think it's World. I probably butchered that pronunciation once again. But as far as I know, it is the World Krone plant, and then to Hannover the IPS convention building, which I don't think it's actually called IPS in real life, but that's kind of the company / name they gave it in ETS2, so no one gets mad at them for copyright reasons. But yeah, no, it's they timed that, or they figured out the distance on that quite nicely. Whether that was intended from the map design on, or if that was just coincidental distance that they decided for the event, because it is only it's only 7 deliveries, so it's really not that much, not compared to, sometimes you have to do upwards of 10 or more for some map DLC ones, if not even higher than that. Often they are based off of cities and stuff, so you can actually knock 2 out in one go. But it depends. But generally speaking, this event is kind of shorter in terms of, well, just total trips you have to make. So it is kind of nice to have 7 there and just have 200 kilometers. So make sure you have a decent trip on your hands, not just a fairly basic 100 kilometer or less. So you just kind of little puddle jumps across here. So let's just out accelerate this guy so we can get over, because of course me and my North Americanness thinks that everything is a traffic light. Wrong. We've got roundabouts here, so I gotta get over here so I can actually get in the roundabout properly. I mean, I guess I could do a multi-lane thing, but I don't feel like cutting across in the truck. I'd rather be in the right lane, so when I go around, I can just stay in that. I don't know if that's actually technically proper procedure in multi-lane roundabouts. I'll be honest, I don't necessarily know the procedure in multi-lane roundabouts. Never mind, it's not even a roundabout. I should have stayed in the left lane. So now I'm going over to the left lane. Nice. Oh, it's kind of a roundabout. What in the world is this? I have no idea what this is. Oh, car. Oh man, they jammed on the brakes there. Prime reaction time at its best. I didn't actually crash into them for once. That is a true miracle in itself. I'll give it that much. That is pretty incredible that I did not just absolutely demolish the rear end of that car. That is something special right there. Reaction time at its best. Speaking about reaction time, I will be getting into more racing now too. This whole summer period has been very strange for me, I won't lie. It's been a mix of having some extra time where I then do some recordings, but then I space them out, so then it gets a little bit more consistent, and then it's just nothing. Then there's a big gap at times because I'm then really busy. There's a ton of fluctuation, not a ton of structure, which made it difficult to a certain degree to try and get diverse content out to you guys, other than just focus on the more what I class as priority or new content that you guys want to see before, whether it's a new DLC or some of the other content that I kind of had revolving around new releases. That way, if you want to update or if you want to purchase, for some cases, content, so then you guys know what it actually is before you go out and possibly spend some money on it. So that is why I kind of was prioritizing that stuff, and I guess that's ultimately part of the reason why ETS2 just kind of got pushed out of the way. There is, as I mentioned earlier, there's no real reason for why, other than just it's kind of a combination of few things. It's nothing to do with me not wanting to do it. I very much wanted to do it, but I was, I guess, time managing some situations, and if I was busy enough, then I just couldn't do it. So I've got to make do with what I can do, and use the time that I have for what I kind of need to do in some situations. So that's what I had to do. It's the way it is, but we're back here on ETS2 now, so why does it matter if I wasn't? I mean, it does, but I mean, at this point, we're all good. Hey, there's a Crown trailer sitting out there, and there's the ITS sign. Look at that. I guess there is going to be a Crown display at the ITS, or I guess is it the IAA? I think it's an actual, I do believe it's an actual event. So there, as far as I know, Crown is part of it, so that's why we're hauling, we are hauling stuff to it. And just so you know, for anyone who is part of the, is that truck stopping for me? It is. Oh, no, it's not. What are you doing, Volvo? Okay, I guess, oh, no, he's going now. What in the world? Okay, the Mercedes is stopping. Thank you, I appreciate it. What in the world was that? Who knows? Oh, well, it's fine. But look at this convention center. Now, this is an area and a half. I saw it on all the blog posts. Never actually ended up going to it since the release. So this is my very first time. And it is a very nice place. Beautiful detail around the premises. Around the premises. Sound like a lab or something. It is a wonderful big convention center. Lots of places. It is a very, very nice area. And it's going to be kind of cool. We got to snake our way through the campus here, which is kind of neat. Hopefully don't hit the gate as we go through stuff. That would be bad, if I just kept drifting through a stop there and just smacked the life out of a gate while it was opening. That would be very, very bad. Thank goodness for dynamic collisions on that. It's not just basically on and off. I'm actually not turning down that way. Kind of messing up my GPS reading there. Oh well, it's fine. We're gonna head down this path right here. Yes, it is the path I want to take, or road, street, whatever you call it. We're gonna head down here. I gotta check and see if ETS2 has a realistic FOV mod for the mirrors. It's one of those things in American Truck Simulator that I just kind of decided to do, even though I saw it for a long time, had been recommended it, but I thought it would really tank my performance. Well, it didn't, and it is game-changing. Don't know why I never did it in the past. So I gotta see if there's one here in ETS2, because the realistic FOV is something you see and you think in a video and you think, nah, that's perfectly fine. And then you start, it's kind of like, why do you need it? It's probably going to be okay. I can work without it. And then you actually try it and you realize, what have I been missing? This is kind of a whole new ballpark of realism there. So that's pretty interesting. So let's go ahead and see if I can reverse this thing. I probably did not line this up at all. No, I did not. I could probably actually use some more. Oh, well, that's reverse. Want to go forward first. Probably use some more of this curbing to a slight degree. Looking at that building for whatever reason. Mismoved my mouse there. So let's try and turn around here to a certain degree. Now this trailer does turn quite nicely. Actually, very nicely. I don't think I can get it back in time before it goes towards that trailer. Yeah, no. Okay, well, let's then head over this way. I may have actually just nudged that trailer a bit too, because why not at this point? So let's try and go non-blindside reversing and see how she goes. Gotta turn it in there. Does it have a steerable axle? Does not look like it, but it just pivots on a dime because we're in ETS2, and European trucks turn like no tomorrow. They are just incredible. So American trucks are pretty bad at it, generally speaking, so I gotta try and get used to this again. So let's see if we can get in here now. Looks good to me. Don't hit the glass on the back, that would be a bad day. Park the trailer semi-straight. It's for a convention, it doesn't need to be perfect, right? Nah, it's fine. Oh well, let's just go ahead and park this, turn off the rental T, come back to the outside because I want to just make you guys sick by moving the mouse around so much. And thank you guys so much for watching. what an episode. Great to be back here on ETS2. Albeit not a ton of news, but great to have another community event here on the ETS2 site. It's not all just about American Truck Simulator. It's great to have some ETS2 content for you guys, and I'm happy to be back in the game once and for all. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.